Okay, so thank you for joining our Coach Call. Whoa, Jessica, you fell over. So I am really here to just kind of touch base with you guys. We've all had a Getting Started Right call. So I know your individual goals. I know your individual motivations and what you're doing with your own health and fitness. But what I want to do is just open this 20-minute block for you guys to ask your questions at whatever you're struggling most with in your business at this time. Or if you're struggling with your personal health and fitness, which I'm pretty sure you are all okay because we are all in groups or in touch somewhere else. So this is like a primarily business focused call. So Anne, I know that you're an early bird for going to bed. So why don't you start us off with any questions, and that way if Jessica or Jillian, you have similar questions, you can all kind of learn together. So what is your biggest problem / obstacle right now? Because you're at Success Club 8, so you're like rocking it, by the way.
Yeah, but like, I feel like that has been really great, but seriously, it's felt like no work on my own. Like people have just come to me. I've done very little. I've had to do very little as far as a matter of fact, the 3 people that I did actually approach all said no. These were all other people who came to me.
Okay.
But my most difficult challenge is, I swear, the office work part of it. Trying to figure out,
Technology.
like you can send the links with videos, and I don't know why it takes me so long.
Okay. Here is my tip for sending links, video links about a specific program. There are 2 ways to do it. I like to use YouTube a lot because it offers a variety of videos. I try to send videos that are 3 minutes or less. However, Beachbody has their promotional videos that you can attach with your sales ID just in case they purchase. I never want anybody to purchase from a video that I'm sending that's informational. When I send a video link, I make it clear, this is just to show you what the program is about. I don't want you to think that this is a video that you're going to be purchasing anything, but this is like the quick snip of everything that the program will include, and it's a lot easier than me typing it out. So this is, I'm going to let the professionals explain to you. Are you going to bed? Good night. Okay. I'm going to let take 3 minutes and watch this video. It's going to show you a little bit about what the workout is, a little bit about the container system. No, thank you. Go away. Sorry, it's bedtime here. And you can use coachingcodes.com. It's a totally separate website. What I do is I store my most popular links, like the 21-day fix is obviously I'm always sending that one. So in the notepad of my iPhone, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I have all the links copied and pasted into a note file. So if somebody that I'm talking to wants to see the 21-day fix, I'm not going to coachingcodes.com. I'm not going to there's an app for it as well. There's a website, and then there's an app to create links to send to people. They can be links to purchase. Like if somebody wants the Fix 8 cookbook, like you can send a link specifically with your sales ID to do that. They can be links to purchase, or they can be informational video links, like what is the 21-day fix. So what you should do is, and this is what I did, is I dedicated 1 day and I used coaching codes, and I went through the videos that I thought I would use the most, and I copied and pasted one for everything that I thought I would use, and I put it in a note, and now I'm done. I don't have to go to that website. I don't have to go to the app. It's just in a note file. That's what's working for me. So that would be a suggestion that I would give you, and it's so quick and easy now that it's
just named it.
I just named it Links for Customers. So I have like my video that I created about the benefits of becoming a discount coach. I created a YouTube video for it. So the YouTube link about what is a discount coach versus like why should I sign up as a coach versus a customer to save money, I have that in this notes. So it takes me 2 seconds to send that to somebody instead of explaining to them through messaging like, well, this is why you should do it. No, it's just quick link. Here, watch this 2-minute video. This is why. This is what it is.
And can we use your video for that?
You can, but it's probably better if you use yours because they don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So just creating a YouTube video, it's hard. It's a little bit uncomfortable, and I probably did about 20 takes, honestly, because you want it to be 3 minutes or less, and you want it to be clear without overwhelming them with information. So
I feel like I really may have, like, my coaches, I feel like I did not give them all of the information that they should have had. I feel like I really failed them, and I'm not sure what to do at this point.
what do you feel like you didn't tell them yet?
Enough about the $15.99 a month and I don't know. I'm terrible with money. I admit, like, my credit card comes, it says Beachbody. I go, okay. Like, I don't.
Okay.
And so
I will send you, or I'll put my video in the team page. You are welcome to use it. If you want to explain who I am, you can do it that way. I also created a welcome letter for any coaches / customers that come on board in a Google Doc. I will put that in the team page, and you can copy and paste it into your own, so it comes from you.
mm-hmm.
And that you can add in a little snip about billing for coaches versus billing for customers. But I feel like too much information about billing is like a red flag for people. So I
know it's on the site too. Like, when they
is.
sign up, the information is there. So,
It is.
but I just feel like I didn't want anyone to feel like I was tricking them or something.
I know. That's why I made the video that explains, if you sign up as a customer, this is what you're going to be billed. If you sign up as a discount coach, this is what you're going to be billed, and that's broken down into 2 charges, $15.95 and $99. And that's it. Like, and I leave it at that. Like, you don't go, when you start talking too much, you scare people.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're fine. And then, if you're really uncomfortable with it, what you can do is create a post for your challenge group and or send a private message for people and just do like, just say a coach's account review or something, coach's review check, just making sure that you understand I can't help with changing your Shakeology flavor, but this is how you can do it. It's absolutely something you can do. Here's how you do it. And other than that, you'll just expect to see these, but again, too much talk about expect to see these charges is almost like a red flag for people. So just be really careful not to talk yourself out of a sale is what you're going to end up doing.
Would you remind them, if for those, like, I don't want to push anyone away, but if people just signed up for the discount coach and then they're thinking, no, they don't want to do it, do you remind them, like, in their first month, if you
No, because Beachbody does that. They're going to get an email reminding them 1 week prior to their Shakeology order that it's coming. That's their reminder.
Oh, good, because I don't want to be that person, so I'm glad it's them.
They just started that like 3 months ago, and I'm so thankful because I was always reminding people, like, hey, are you comfortable with your Shakeology flavor? Did you want to change it? And that's how I would approach it. Instead of saying, hey, reminder, you're getting your Shakeology, I would just ask, are you comfortable with your flavor? Did you want to try something new? Make sure you let Beachbody know before your 30-day renewal date.
Yeah.
But I don't even do that anymore because Beachbody does that. So your job as a coach is to connect them with the program that matches their goals and help them get results using the program. You're not customer service. They had to read the agreement. They had to check the box that they understood. So it's not really on you, but I know where you're coming from because I was that person too. So, okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Do they do that with Beachbody On Demand too? They email them before they?
Beachbody On Demand, to my knowledge, they do not. That's just customers are not automatically enrolled in On Demand. Coaches are.
Oh.
So I always send I ask a question at 3 weeks. So on my whiteboard, I write down what day people sign up just for their first month. So I have a whiteboard and I can take a snapshot of that at some point. But really, you have to do what works for you. Like, maybe you want to use a notebook. Maybe you want to use a whiteboard. Maybe you want to use your laptop. I don't know. But I write down when they sign up. And then right around week 3, I send them a private message and say, hey, have you checked out any other workouts on Beachbody On Demand? If you haven't used, or have you checked out Fixate? Like, have you gone on the website? And I bring it up in the challenge group once a week. Or I share something that I'm doing on Beachbody On Demand at least once a week in a challenge group to show people what it is, to remind them that they get it. And then I do try to remind them that, hey, if you're not using it, you can cancel it. You can also change it to an annual membership, which is wicked cheap. Like $100 for the year is an amazing price, but they have to call to do it. If they miss their date and they get billed and they're upset about it, they get refunded. So like, don't stress. They just call and they say like, and Beachbody will actually sometimes offer them another free month. Because they want them to be using the feature. They can look in the tech support department and see if people have used the feature. So if somebody hasn't used it at all and they get billed and they're upset, Beachbody will refund it. And a lot of times we'll say, and that's what I tell my people too is, you know what, call and get your money back and ask them for another month because they're cool like that.
Okay.
Like that's an added service that a coach can recommend that if you didn't have a coach, you wouldn't know to ask for that. So that's where you're sharing your value as a coach. Okay. Jess, do you have any other questions?
So as far as like if like I buy anything for myself, how do I do that? Can I buy it? Like, do I go through?
You just go right into your account and you
Okay.
find the shop tab and it's automatically discounted.
Okay.
I recommend if you're going to try any supplement or nutritional product, always order it on Home Direct because it's cheaper shipping, and then cancel before your next shipment. I always tell people that. I tell my customers that too. I tell my discount coaches, everybody, you want to order Energize and you just really only want one canister, fine. Order it on auto ship and then cancel it before your next month, or change it to quarterly shipments because you still get this discount shipping on those orders.
Okay.
That's just another value that I try to provide for people is I hate paying for shipping. That's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
So I pass that on is this is how you can save a couple bucks. And even though it's a couple bucks, it's a couple bucks. It's like free Shakeology, so.
Right. And that's in the self tab you said?
Shop.
The shop tab.
Shop tab. Yep. Right when you log in, it's on the top right tab. Before you even go into your online office, as long as you're in your account with your email, and that's how your customers and discount coaches and coaches will shop for themselves too.
Okay.
Once they have an account, you don't need to send them links. Just direct them to their account.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
The only way you would need to send links is if you had a customer who then decided they wanted to become a coach, like we did that with Jillian. So I sent her a new challenge pack link. Same email, because you can send a customer a challenge pack link and then the same customer a coach's enrollment link the following month when they decide like, okay, I do want to take advantage of the discount. It gets you double Success Club points from the same person because they're buying a new challenge pack. And it still actually saves them money because they're going to get an added value of a challenge pack. They're going to get their $15.95 month coach's fee waived for 30 days because when they buy a new challenge pack, it bumps that out. And then they get a new program for cheaper than if they were to buy it with a 25% discount. So whenever a customer wants to switch, I never have them use their old challenge pack to get the free coach enrollment. I have them get a new one. It works better for me and it gets them a better value. So it saves them that $15.95 for another 30 days. It gets them a new bag of Shakeology and a fitness program for less than if they would have purchased with a 25% discount in the future. So even if they're not ready for a new fitness program, put it on the shelf. Now you know you have a next goal. And that's also where I talk to people about long-term goal setting is after 2 to 3 months, you're going to want to change your program if it's a 30-day program or a 21-day program because your body just stops responding to it and your brain, like you can only do the same for so long.
Right.
Any other questions?
I have a girl that she was like, oh, I bought size like a month ago and it's still sitting in the box. And I was like, oh, that's great. I'm like, let's do it. Break it open.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, great. And she said she had a random coach. And so I told her where to go to switch to me as her coach.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked, I asked her if she bought Shakeology when she bought size. And it doesn't sound like she did.
Okay.
She's using a different drink, but she didn't know what it was called. She was going to send me a picture of it. Obviously, I don't want to introduce her to a different program because she hasn't done size.
Mm-hmm.
But I will like you were just saying about the challenge pack, she would get a better deal if she looked at like what she wanted to do next and signed up that way.
Yes, I think it's just a better value to get a fitness program. Like if you're going to buy Shakeology by itself for $130, get a challenge pack. Get 3 months of Beachbody On Demand. Get something, because you're wasting your money. And then, if you're enrolling as a discount coach and you're only getting Shakeology because you had size, you have to pay $40 to become a coach.
Right.
So now you're spending more and getting less. It makes no sense. I've never sold just Shakeology. I just don't find the value in it.
Right.
So I talk to people about that. And these programs work when you're working out. Like, you can't just drink Shakeology and think it's going to give you the results you see that are posted, by coaches and by before and after transformations.
Right.
The whole package. So getting people actively involved in challenge groups, you can decide if you want to make Shakeology a requirement for your groups or not. Some do and some don't. I run groups both ways. I have Shakeo groups and non-Shakeo groups. I always try to offer something for everybody, just like I have different levels of coaching for the team. You have different levels of people for commitment as far as what they want to invest in and how they want to treat their month. So it's up to you guys to decide what works best for you. How about inviting to challenge groups? Are you struggling? Is this something that you find awkward? Anne is in her warm market right now. So
I am wondering about, so I really want to do a challenge group next month with the Core de Force. But since it's not really out, I'm just not really sure how
I have a solution for that. I'm going to be going into the team page on that, so I don't want to talk about it now because I want the whole team to be exposed to what I'm doing and then what Sarah is doing for hers and what you guys can do for yours, because everybody should be running a Core de Force challenge group for November. Pick, maybe
an estimated date when people would get their stuff, and it could, because
I
when
would
I'm talking
say,
to other people, I want to say I have something coming in November, but I'm not really sure.
I would say probably November 14th would be a good target date for you. Okay. October 24th is the sneak peek. Everybody should be doing it, recording themselves doing it. You can take different snips of your same workout and cut them down into 1-minute clips and post 1 minute of the workout each day for 7 days. We're going to be talking about the meal plan with it. Sarah is getting it at Leadership, so we're going to get advanced information. She's actually gets the program. Yeah, there's always a meal plan. It's going to be the container system, I'm sure, but I don't know what the food allowance is going to be. If there's going to be, can you have wine on it? Can you not have wine on it? I always tell people that if you're looking for a real life solution, take the 21-day fix meal plan and pair it with any fitness program. And if you don't have the 21-day fix, but you're going to buy Core de Force, I'll give it to you digitally. I will just share that information with you because quite honestly, it's on Google. It is. So
I lost all my 21-day fix information, and now the group that I have going is asking, I don't know what it is, but this group, everybody wants to drink skim milk. I'm like, people, I would never waste a yellow container on skim milk. I want to eat my yellows, not drink them. So just really surprising. But everyone's like, I want milk in my Shakeology. I want milk with dinner. I'm like, guys.
It's weird, but
it is weird.
If you go into your Beachbody On Demand and you have the 21-day fix, go into the workouts, and on the right-hand side, your entire nutrition program is in there digitally. So you do have access to it. You just might not have the booklet, but you can screenshot that from your phone and share that into your group if you need to reference it.
Thanks.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So that'll be, and that goes for any fitness program that you purchase. Whatever email you purchase it with, you should be able to log into Beachbody On Demand and get the nutrition plan along with anything else, the FAQs, anything. And the 21-day fix now has a new workout, or she's launching a new workout to go with it that's an on-demand exclusive. So it's the Cardio Core something. She's adding a workout, basically. Another benefit of being a Beachbody On Demand member is you get access to all those additional things that they're loading. So talk about on demand during your challenge group and demonstrate it. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you this Fixate recipe that I was looking at today as a Beachbody On Demand member during your first 30 days. Make sure you guys are checking this out because these recipes change up every week and food gets old and it's hard to plan your meals and they do it for you. So use this feature because it'll alleviate that stress of you trying to provide recipes for your challengers. No, it's go to Team Beachbody. Every day they have a new recipe. Every day. Have one of your challengers volunteer to go to the website and share it. If you need a helper or something, that's easy. Jillian, what are you struggling with most?
Well, I just I only have, so I have Pam and my husband, and how do I do a challenge group? Like, do I invite them to a challenge group that's already going that like I'm a part of, or?
It's up to you how you want to run your first group. I know that Anne has paired up with Natalie, and I think that relationship, from what I hear, is going really well.
The girl that was supposed to go in it with me, she decided to hold off, so she's in my own challenge group, but Natalie let me stay, so I get to see her work it. I mean, I've been in a ton of your challenge groups.
Yeah,
and
but it's nice to get a different perspective.
just to see what someone else is doing, and just getting to know her energy as well. So
I love
it's
her.
really nice. Yeah.
So, what I would say is, if you're worried about running a challenge group that's small, just put it out in Team Catalyst and try and plan ahead for that. So if you're a new coach and you know you're only going to have, say, 5 people, shoot for 5. Okay. So even if you have 5, pair up with another newer coach that you can kind of get along with or relate to, or, you can kind of start to meet people in the team page. That's why I encourage posting to the team page too, because it helps you find like a buddy, like a partner. So it's something where tagging in and partnering with, hey, Shannon, partnering with a fellow coach to co-lead a challenge group will really help you feel like you're not leading 2 people and it's very quiet. You can tag in with me, Jillian, because you haven't really run a challenge group yet. I always have that opportunity. Jess, you too. You're always welcome to tag in for your first challenge group with me. After that, I suggest that you partner with somebody else or just simply lead your own, because you got to cut the cord if you're going to be a coach. Like, you have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. There's a template to follow for leading challenge groups right in Beachbody. In the Coach Online office, or in the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app, there's actually a day-to-day guide for each program specifically. So if you don't know what to post, and this is your first Core to Force program, there's going to be a daily post with a picture provided every single day in the challenge group guide. So it's up to you to just kind of copy paste that and make it your own, give it a little flair, and then ask a couple questions throughout your challenge group during the week. Throw out a water challenge or something like that. But leading a challenge group can be 2 people. It really can. It's you plus 2, 3 people just connecting with each other, making it fun, making, it something where you're holding each other accountable. You can decide to tag in guests for 5-day passes into an accountability group. So that would help liven your challenge group up, where you're adding in value for people that are interested in learning about a specific program, or maybe they want a little bit of accountability for starting a morning routine. So you can combine your free challenge groups and your paid challenge groups. So you're running only one group still, but you're merging everything. So say you're running a Core to Force challenge group and you have 2 or 3 guests. What you could do is have your 2 or 3 guests talk to them first and say, hey, does anybody want to commit to early morning workouts this week? Let's hammer it out and get it done. And you decide, okay, week 2, that's what we're going to work on. Then you can invite people to join you as guests for early morning workouts. They can do whatever workout they want, or maybe you give them a 30-day free Beachbody On Demand membership so they can try on demand. They're tagging into your accountability group. They're livening it up. They're changing it up a little bit, keeping it fresh, and they're getting to see what that feels like to be part of an accountability group. And then you can invite them to your next full challenge group if they like it. So that's kind of, Jillian, it's really up to you. I would not stop inviting. What is your first challenge group going to be?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, you have to pick a theme or a program, or offer it as a blended program. You have to pick a date. That's something that you just have to decide what works for you in your schedule. So for me, I always look ahead and think, what program's coming out? What holiday is there? When are people going to be struggling? Are they going to want to be done by Thanksgiving? If something like that is where you decide what works for you. In United Legacy, there's always a calendar that you can follow for suggested ideas of when to launch your challenge group, when to launch your free group, when to post about your challenge group, when to post about the coaching opportunities. There's a full image calendar. You can go into United Legacy and just use that. But my thing is, everybody's calendar is different. Everybody has different lives, different goals, different things that they're working on in their own lives. So I don't create a calendar because I don't want to follow a specific calendar. I don't always want to launch my groups on the first Monday of the month. Melanie Metro is the top coach. That works for her. She always launches her challenge group on the first of the month. I personally like to launch it on the first day of the month and run it for 30 days. And it's just a month-long challenge group that people can tag into, because that's what works for me lately. If it stops working, I would change it. But there's no real rules. So what I would say, Jillian, is pick a date that you want to start. That way you have something to invite people to. Maybe make it November 7th. And you can work with Pam and Jonathan privately. Obviously, Jonathan is your husband, so you can work with him. And you can work with Pam on a one-on-one basis or pop her into the Rocktober grad group so she gets that team support
That's what I want.
environment.
I know they're both doing Core de Force,
Okay.
or planning on doing Core de Force. I'm planning on trying it. I just don't know with my whole hernia situation
Right.
if it's going to work for me, but that's why I want her to make sure that she has support. Otherwise,
Yes.
like, I'll obviously be doing something.
Well,
Well,
I'll be doing it, and my group is November 7th, and I'm opening that up for the team for new coaches as well. So if you don't have your own challenge group to fill, so in your situation, just tag into mine. It's going to be a very large group though, because it's all my graduates. It's going to be open for people that are not drinking Shakeology and people that are drinking Shakeology. So it's probably going to be 30 to 50 people. You're going to want to have some type of private communication with Pam on a daily or weekly basis because you're her coach.
Right.
She'll get lost in a sea of people if she's
Right.
not intended to. So that's what I would say is if you're sharing a group, make sure that you are still coaching your challenger. So that's kind of how I
do lunch every day together, so
yeah, then that's fine.
I'm sure we'll have communication. But I know, he said that, well, I'll be a part of a group, but I'm not going to post anything. And she's like, I've never been. And I said, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I said, then when I was a part of the smaller group, I said, I said the motivational quotes and the I wills and stuff, I said, were huge for me.
Yep.
And so I don't know if she would change her mind if she was in a group.
I will make you an admin on our current group, and then you can add her and always introduce her. Always introduce anybody with a photo. And if you see somebody introduced in the team page or a challenge group, comment and say hello. Like it's just like somebody walks into a room or click like or something, acknowledge people coming into a group because it's the polite thing to do. It makes people feel comfortable.
Right.
Jess, any other questions?
Is it okay if I just like tried a challenge group, like doing it myself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, totally fine.
I was just making sure. Okay.
I never did a group with any other coach.
Okay.
Like I didn't join one as a challenger, and then the first one I was in, I was leading it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Totally fine. If you're
it's not
comfortable.
going to probably be a huge group, but I think I can do it, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's really
People I know, so.
Yeah, it's just keeping people accountable, keeping them motivated, answering their questions, and sharing what you are doing. So they know that as their coach, even if it's not the same program, you're doing a workout. You're eating the right foods. You're working towards your goals. You're doing this for personal development. So just constantly sharing one thing that you're working on in your group and using your group, that's a coach perk, man. Like you're always going to have a push to stay on track. I love that. So, Anne, how about you? Questions? More questions?
Yeah. How do you not get frustrated when people are not, you say, hey, everyone, you want to introduce yourself in the group? You don't have to do a selfie, just say who you are. And nobody does it. And I'm like, what the hell?
I
know you tell me what to do and I do it. Like that's who I am. And it just amazes me that people just don't.
I get on the phone with all of my challengers before putting them into a group. All of them. Strangers, doesn't matter, on the phone. And I set the expectations before putting them into a group, what I expect, but I ask them what I can expect from them. So it's very important, I feel, to understand what level of comfort they are okay. Like they might really be uncomfortable. But what I do is I explain to them, I do ask that when you join a challenge group, you have to introduce yourself because It's like walking into a room, I'm inviting you to a party, and I introduce you to everybody, and you don't say hello and you walk away. And I put that in a real life mindset, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And they all introduce themselves. They might not ever participate again, but they all introduce themselves. And I'm actually restructuring some of my challenge groups because this was my first month. Literally nobody's posting in my challenge group. There's 25 people in it, and nobody is posting in it. Except Jessica, you're in there maybe 2 or 3 times. This is not a normal challenge group for me. So what I did was I threw in a video today, and I was like, listen, and I privately messaged them, and with the exception of like 3 people, they're all struggling. One hasn't opened her kit. One had a death in the family. One completely opened up about stuff I never even knew about. So now it's like we're starting from day one. And so I did a video and I said, listen, this group is super quiet and everybody is struggling. Somebody is struggling with as simple as she's snacking throughout the day instead of eating her meals, and she doesn't know how to time her food. That is something we can talk about in a challenge group. So I directed her from our private conversation to put it in the group. And I'm doing that with all of my challengers because it's not going to be an effective group setting if people aren't learning from it. And I feel like I'm not doing a good job. So when you are having people tag in, get on the phone or do it private message and just ask, like, are you somebody that's going to lurk or are you somebody that's going to post? I need to know. And as a challenge group, this is what you have to do to participate. You have to check in at least 3 times a week, or you have to, whatever rules you want to set.
Yeah.
You have to check in with a motivational quote. What you don't have to do is a selfie.
Well, that's what I said. Like, I would love it, but I get it. I get not wanting to.
Yep, but you have to set those parameters, and maybe they're not interested in a challenge group. Maybe they just want to do the program on their own. That's scary, but I was that person and I did just fine. My husband did it with me and we were okay. So what works for you might not be what they need. So instead of expecting and getting frustrated, talk to them privately and just say, hey, listen, this is kind of the premise of a challenge group, but I see that you're not posting to it. Is there something you're uncomfortable with? Do you feel like this challenge group is going to benefit you? Or is it something that maybe you want to work on your own and just reach me if you have a question? And always put it back on them and it's their decision. I mean, because that's exhausting to be like pulling at people. That's no fun. So any other questions?
I had one other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, go
I'll
ahead.
come back to you, Jess.
Okay. Who,
Okay,
me?
we have 5 minutes on the timer. So Jillian, you're up.
Okay.
Okay. My question was so is a book club something separate from any, like, your free stuff, or can that be counted?
However you want.
Okay,
Doesn't
because I
matter.
recently started a book club with 10 people with the You Are a Badass just by random.
Yep.
And so I started a group with it, but I didn't know if that counted, if it wasn't like,
Oh, you mean, does it count for a free group?
yeah.
Yes, you're building relationships.
Okay.
You should be talking about what you're doing and how personal development has affected your physical,
Right.
because it has, and your confidence, and how it's now you're becoming a coach, and that's going to propel you in your physical journey. And that actually stemmed from the challenge group.
Well, I know one girl said that, we had conversations back and forth about a lot of it. And then she was like, well, I know I have to start with my mind. And I was like, well, I happen to be reading to this book. Do you want to join me? Which then led me to asking, there are like 2 other people at work. So there's like 8 people in it now that have just randomly.
I would time cap it though. I would give them an end date, especially if it's a free group, and I would do no longer than 2 weeks.
Okay.
At your level of coaching, I feel like it's really hard to engage people for much longer than 5 days, let alone 30.
Right.
I'm running a 30-day option, but I only have 2 or 3 people looking to do it, and they're not new. They're not brand new. So I'm comfortable running a 30-day group for my graduates because I already have that relationship built. But when you're picking a book, you also have to think, well, how long is it going to take people to read it?
Right.
So you could always run a free podcast group as an option. And so it's 1 podcast a day, Monday through Friday only, plus an early morning workout, or however you want to structure it. But any free group counts. It's about building relationships with new people. on
Okay.
any topic. So that's where I say challenge groups work for you. So if you're reading You Are a Badass, it's perfect that you open a group based on what you're already doing. It's
Right.
only helping you stick your personal development and actually interpret what you're reading and use it because you're talking about it with people.
Right.
So it works for you and it helps other people, and then they're going to start to follow what you're doing. And that's why I say also you have to post on your social media page, on your personal page, with what you're doing, because
Right.
the people in your groups are now seeing your personal posts. And maybe you're not talking about it in the group all the time, but they see it on your personal page.
Right.
So it
Okay.
all kind of works together without being like in your face.
Okay. And then just one other thing really quick. Is Shakeology gluten free?
It's not certified gluten-free, but it's there's no gluten in it. To label it gluten-free apparently is like a huge financial thing that they don't.
So if somebody asks, I can say yes, but not certified?
It's not certified, but like Nicole Hain on our team has celiacs. Sarah has a gluten issue, and it's fine.
It doesn't have to be the vegan version?
No, vegan is just the dairy. All of it is gluten-free.
Great.
Well, it doesn't have gluten products in it. Jessica?
I guess I just don't know what to post on my like page versus my personal page. Like I've been posting kind of the same thing on both, but I didn't know if that was.
It's okay for now. I struggle with that too because I do work both my personal and my like pages. And honestly, for new coaches, I always say focus more on your personal page than you do on your like page. If you need to copy content, that's okay. But I would commit to 2 posts a day on your like page and 2 on your personal page, so you're not struggling for content. You're not going to get a lot of views on your like page because of Facebook algorithms and if you only have 10 likes or whatever. So focus more on your personal page right now until you build a following, and then you can start to steer them towards your like page. Like pages are better used for when you want to boost a post or promote your page to grow a new audience and build cold contacts, basically. But right now you're in your warm market, so focus on your personal page.
Okay.
Yeah. Shannon, we only have a minute left. Did you want to ask any questions?
Sorry, yeah, I came in late. I was having technical difficulties. No, I just think I have a hard time asking. So once my free group people, I have a mixed group right now.
Mhm.
So how do I ask, like, okay, for the next quarter force, which I've been talking about, to try to get them into purchasing of the product? I was thinking of offering the Beachbody link so they can try it by October 24th.
Yes, I would put that in your group.
Okay.
And then you have to do, everything should be private. It shouldn't be a post to your group saying, okay, does anybody want to join? No, everything's private. And start with questions about, hey, what did you enjoy about the group? Did you find it helpful to participate in a challenge group? Do you think you'd like to do this again? Because I'm running one for next month. I'm super excited. This is a new program that's coming out. I'm actually doing it myself, and I'm looking for people that want to participate in a challenge group but go through this program.
Okay.
But you got to ask a lot of questions, starting with, what value did you find from the challenge group? What was your favorite part? Not did you like it. What was your favorite part? What did you like best about it? Because that makes them answer with a positive response, right? Like a specific. And then you can just start a conversation and then go into the invite and share what Core to Force is. Have them do the sneak peek. Maybe run a $5 raffle for anybody that does the sneak peek on Monday